Hello and welcome to Prudent Media. My name is Sachin Chatte and on this program we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will take a look at two new films. One is called Now You See Me, Now You Don't and the other is a remake of The Running Man. First, let's take a look at The Running Man. Based on Stephen King's dystopian novel from 1982, a film was released in 1987 featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger in the leading role. It garnered significant attention at that time as those were the heydays for Arnold. Interestingly, that film was set in 2017 under the rule of a totalitarian government. Considering that it was not particularly thrilling, I'm not sure what led to a remake. However, the involvement of Edgar Wright as director was sufficient to warrant attention for this film. The outcome is quite satisfactory. Wright has maximized the potential of the source material available. After all, there is only so much a director can do with a story that has a man on the run. This adaptation aligns more closely with King's novel than the Arnold Schwarzenegger film. Additionally, another of King's work, The Long Walk, was adapted into a film just a few months ago. This narrative focuses on running rather than walking, and running very fast. Set in a dystopian future, Ben Richards, played by Glenn Powell, is a family man. He is a devoted father and a caring husband. However, he is unemployed due to being dismissed multiple times for insubordination. It is fair to say that he would have made an excellent union leader. His wife is compelled to work in a club to support the family, and her job is not particularly respectable at all times. The government is essentially controlled by a corporation that owns everything, including the media and the way information is disseminated. With financial resources required for his ailing daughter's treatment, Ben resolves to try his luck in a reality game show. Although he does not initially plan to take part in The Running Man, the most popular show characterized by high stakes and high rewards, the producer Dan Killian, played by Josh Brolin, makes an offer that Ben cannot refuse. After all, he is doing it for his own family. The game itself is manipulated and merciless. Regardless of their backgrounds, the participants are portrayed as criminals and threats to the society. They are given a chance to escape till the hunters chase them and kill them. The one who survives for 30 days gets $1 billion new. That's a new terminology for the currency, new dollars, and no one has ever got that far. Truth is the first casualty of this game because it is tailored to the audience's liking, which helps build its popularity. Ben is on the run, and with all the technology at their disposal, the hunters, who resemble present-day ICE agents in America, attempt to find and kill him. However, as the main protagonist of the narrative, he manages to survive, and those action sequences are particularly captivating. The film contains numerous elements that resonate with contemporary issues: censorship, media control, state violence, and domination. King's message from the novel is effectively conveyed here. Powell in the leading role delivers a top-notch performance. It's a substantial role and he maximizes its potential. Although it may not be exceptional, Edgar Wright has crafted the best possible film from the source material. I'm going to go with 3.5 out of 5 stars for The Running Man. The third installment in the Now You See Me series has reached a stage where it appears to be merely attempting to capitalize on the success of the previous two films. Nearly 10 years have passed since the last one was released back in 2016, and it is quite surprising that the studios did not consider exploiting this franchise sooner. Now You See Me, Now You Don't is an easygoing fluffy film that fails to work its magic. Interestingly, a couple of young men seated behind me were exclaiming "Wow!" while the magic tricks were displayed on screen, which were essentially just visual effects. As Arthur C. Clarke famously stated, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Much of the film's magic derives from the technology rather than from the script. The four horsemen are back with a female member among them, but prior to their return, we are introduced to three illusionists who use the names of the horsemen to perform tricks and draw audiences. They are Charlie, June, and Bosco, two men and one woman. Then there is Atlas, played by Jesse Eisenberg, who serves as the de facto leader of the horsemen, who takes note of the activities of these three people and recruits them for a mission to save the world. Rosamund Pike portrays Veronica Vanderberg, the CEO of the Vanderberg Company, which sells diamonds sourced from Africa and finances illicit activities. She is a second-generation Vanderberg with a rather complicated history. The other horsemen also join the quartet in their quest to save the world. Mind reader Merritt, played by Woody Harrelson, escape artist Henley, played by Isla Fisher, and card trickster Jack, played by Dave Franco, along with the rest, form a formidable team. Their objective is to steal the diamond, but this is far from the sophistication of Ocean's 11 when it comes to the heist, not to mention those classic French capers. Morgan Freeman makes a brief appearance, reprising his role as Thaddeus, their elderly mentor. The film tries to be too clever for its own good. When the final trick and revelation happens, you have to think back only to realize how tedious the whole setup was. But because the film moves at a fairly brisk pace, the convenient route the plot points take gets concealed. Additionally, there is a sequence reminiscent of Inception, albeit without the same impact. While the remaining cast is delightful, Rosamund Pike and especially Woody Harrelson appear to be enjoying themselves the most as they don't approach their roles with excessive seriousness. Now You See Me, Now You Don't is passable. The sole takeaway is that illogicality cannot be ascribed to magic. I'm going to go with 2.5 out of 5 stars for the third part of Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Well, that's what I thought of the films that were released this week, and I'll be back with you sometime soon with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.